him, sit down with him, and basically lie in bed with the devil himself? The answer is no. I don't care how much money, I don't care how much notoriety that I would get by aligning myself with racists, KKK, white supremacists, whatever you want to call it. And yes, I am calling Donald Trump that. Because if you watched or listened to his town hall, and if you watched and listened to everything that he said over the last 4 years and beyond, because he has a track record of not renting to black people in his apartments. He has a track record of misleading and not paying black and brown people. He has an enormous track record of that. So why would I subject myself and align myself to that? There's not enough money in the world. There's not enough to get me to the point where I would say, yes, I'll go ahead and fuck with you, Trump. I'll fuck with your administration for $500 billion for black businesses. Yes. Hell no. And I put that on everything I love. On my kids, my family, my self-respect, and my dignity. There's not enough money in the world that will get me to that point. I'll stay broke and fight the good fight. I don't have a problem with that. And there's a lot of people out there who knows where I'm coming from. And there's a lot of people out there, man, you a sellout. You know damn well you would take the billions just so you can be able to get your foot in the door. Hell no. There's nothing on earth that I would do that would get me to that potential right then and there. And that is the God's honest truth. And I don't understand how or why people will put themselves in a position where they would do that. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take your call. 845-277-9369, voice your opinion. Danaya, I see you. If you're ready, go ahead and press 1, dear. But I'm going to say what's happening to Miss Love. Miss Love mic'd up and on Next Legacy Radio. What's up, girl?
You know, I wouldn't do none of that. I've been on this earth for almost 50 years, and there's no way. For starters, I've had to deal with the best of them and the worst of them. I've had to deal with their children. I've had to deal with a lot of them. I've had to co-parent with a lot of them. And the one thing I will always leave with is my dignity and my respect, no matter how much money they was willing to pay me. I mean, I've had a whole lot of them want me to.
You are now in the host queue.
Call me a Minnie. I've had a whole lot of them want me to wear a damn apron and a bonnet. I mean, so yeah, I know how it goes. And for him, I mean, to be degraded in such a way as that, and to deal with that particular person, no. I would say no, not no, but hell no. Because for the simple fact, he don't have no respect. He, for women. I mean, for him to say what he said about women in general, that let me know as a woman, you let the entire world know that you don't have no respect for any women, whether they black, white, or any color. No woman. So what makes you think any other man on this earth is going to respect a woman? So what makes you think that what happened to Miss Taylor would have been any different? That they would have respected her, you know what I'm saying, any different, you know what I mean? I don't understand that. How would you have made a different example? Because you set the platform for that by saying what you said for every man.
And I look at it like this, Miss Love, like, what would my grandmama do, my great-grandmama do? What would your great-grandmama do? What would everybody's great-grandmamas would do when they not just fought so hard to vote? And I know Q was, he's heavy on telling people not to vote. But on the flip side is, you tell people not to vote, but it took blacks forever to even have that right to vote. So telling people not to vote is just like, I don't know. I wasn't struggling in the slavery days in the 1800s and all that early 1900s, 1950s, 1960s, whatever. I don't have PTSD like that, but I do in a way when I think about our ancestors that fought for the right to vote. So by somebody telling you you don't vote because of who you're voting for or voting against or whatever, to me that's hypocritical on respect to our ancestors. Bigger picture. Yes, you know what I mean? I would never tell anybody not to vote. You have your right to vote. If there's a bunch of black Republicans right now, black Democrats, etc., white Republicans, white Democrats, I'm cool with that. You do you. You vote for who you want to vote for. And even though I'm endorsing Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, I'm not hating on anybody who choose otherwise. If they want to write it in their ballots or if they want to vote for the other guy or whatever, I can give a damn. That's your opinion. You have every right to, because that is who you are. But I would never tell anybody to don't vote. You don't vote because of who we have right now. To me,
this is somebody who say fuck the police. I mean, seriously?
Right. So I couldn't do that. I couldn't go live and tell people that, Ms. Love. I couldn't do that because if I was to ever do that, I feel like, and my conscience be weighing on me heavy, I would be like, nah, my great grandmama they died for that shit. Yes, people don't get that. People don't get that they died for the right to vote. Oh, and we're talking about blacks, right? How long did it take women to vote, though? How many times have women have been excluded from voting?
The great women, in how many different countries that they don't even want women in countries, they try to kill women because they don't want them in countries at all. They feel like men need to be in countries. Are you serious now? No, sir.
Yep.
No. Yep.
Absolutely right. And that's why, Ms. Love, I cannot for the life of me understand why people will say that and feel like, you know what, if you tell me not to vote, you're going to have to deal with that yourself. And then if I do vote, you're going to get mad at me because of who I'm voting for. And like I said, again, it goes back to what I was saying. If you're voting for the other guy, not the person I'm voting for, that's your opinion, but you have that right to vote. I respect that right to vote. I may not agree with you, but you have that right to vote, period. So if you're going to do that, and if you don't have a plan, meaning if you don't know anybody in your city, your state, as far as who might be the next person in line that you could stand behind, then run yourself. Run for city councilman, governor, mayor, whatever you want to do in order for you to go up the ranks to be able to be the next president. Do that thing. And if you don't know who it is, then figure that shit out yourself. Right. So, with that being said, let me go ahead and put Danaya on. This is Next Legacy Radio. We're talking about the comments that Cube had in regards to working with the Trump administration. And I appreciate all the comments and all the texters, all the people out there that's listening. And I'm going to read some of that, but also I'm going to read some of the stuff verbatim as far as what Cube said. And then I want everybody else to fall in line with their opinion. But we don't say what's happening to Danaya, who's mic'd up and on Next Legacy. What's up, girl?
Hey, good evening, everyone. How are you?
What's up, Danaya?
Good.
Ciao. Great idea, wrong person, not enough money. That's pretty much it. Like,
I couldn't stand.
I don't understand it.
Let's keep it real. The $500 billion plan that they agreed
Hey,
to
Tanya.
in principle.
Thank you.
Are we gonna ever see that
Hey,
on
Paula.
the floor?
Ciao.
Maybe not.
Exactly.
I guarantee you, there's a bunch of Republicans out there who will deny that bill or whatever else, $500 billion. And you know what? That's still not enough to fix 400 years of slavery. Period. That's not enough.
Nope, nowhere near enough.
It'll never be enough. And that's the thing, ladies and people out there listening, that I don't get. People don't really realize. Like,
if you haven't already done so, please thumbs up this video. If you have not already done so, please thumbs up this video. You can do so. Hey, you can do so whether you are in the broadcast, you are on the replay, whether you are in the chat or in the bushes. I'm actually on air, so. Tanya, child.
Right now, at this moment, I could definitely say you're wrong. I could say you're wrong because look.
Not officially canceled, but he's getting fucking close. He's getting pretty fucking close.
Your job right now, the place that you work for, is notorious for racism, police brutality, you know what I'm saying, anti-women, you know what I'm saying, white supremacists. I said that already. KKK affiliated.
All that.
Et cetera.
All of that, though.
Would you stay?
No.
Would you stay?
No.
Fuck no, I wouldn't stay.
Absolutely not.
I wouldn't stay. You better believe on my way out the door,
I'm going to live and die for what I stand for. And I'm going to speak for what I stand for. And if you got a problem with that, you just going to have to deal with what's coming with that. Because I'm going to stand for exactly that. Period.
Right.
And that's worth more
and
than...
I'm going to back all of that up. I'm going to back it all up. All of it.
That's worth, to me, that's worth more than any piece of paper you could ever give me. It's my dignity. I'm not going to do it.
Exactly.
I'm not going to do it. Q was heavy on, like, you know, okay, so I'm going to read this verbatim. So,
yes, please, let's read verbatim if everybody has not heard it.
Go ahead, Danaya, I'm sorry.
Let's read it verbatim. I'm live on YouTube, by the way. The comments like, I can't believe it, has Q been canceled yet? All that stuff. So let's read it verbatim for everyone who hasn't heard it.
Okay, so everybody out there that's listening, and shout out to Danaya for for linking in with the Facebook Live or for the
YouTube
Live, Facebook Live, etc. I appreciate it. Instagram Live, all the people out there, turn up. But we all got opinions, and like I said, I respect people's opinions. But when it comes to racism, white supremacy, police brutality, and the record is long when it comes to this administration ignorance of it, that's when you got to jump in. So, facts. Ice Cube did this yesterday. He said, fact, I put out the CWBA. Both parties contacted me. Democrats said we'll address the CWBA after the election. Trump campaign made some adjustments to their plan after talking to us about the CWBA. He said that, which started a firestorm because as soon as Q put that out there, this current administration said, shout out to Ice Cube for working with the Republicans on the CWBA. Now, people out there listening live all across the globe, all that. So, I look at it like this. Cube is in a situation right now where he's like negotiating a contract. So, you know what? I'm gonna holler at the Democrats. You know, they said they won't touch it until after the election. I'm gonna go with the person who said yes now. That's pretty much what we're doing, right? Can we all say that based on what he tweeted last night? We can all say that, right?
That's what it sounds like.
He made some adjustments. All right, so y'all get that,
right?
Does that make it right, or does that make the situation even better? No, it doesn't. It makes it worse for this reason. The highest bidder, your self-dignity and the dignity of African Americans and our brown people should not be based on dollars. I think I was talking to you, Danaya, about this earlier. To me, I feel like you should never, ever, ever put a price tag on what we need to do in our communities, because I tell you this now, $500 billion is not going to be enough for the entire United States of America to go tap in and deal with every single business issue, personal issue that every black male, female, and child have. It's not enough. It's not enough. And the bill, when it comes to the police reform and all that stuff, that's a part of that CWBA and everything that's attached to it, that dollar amount's not enough. Q want to hit them in their pockets, but that's not the way to do it. That's definitely not the way to do it. And I told you this earlier, Danaya, that, look, at the end of the day, I feel like every black and brown individual should have a situation in that plan to to be able to, for IRS forgiveness. Let's wipe away your IRS, your mortgage debt, your foreclosures, et cetera, et cetera. Let me help build your credit first, or build your credit in addition to putting you in a situation where you can be able to be prosperous going forward. Because I guarantee you this, and as Black folks, we've all had a lot of money in our lifetimes. Let's keep it real. I don't know how much y'all had in y'all lifetime where you felt like you probably had more than what you should or whatever, but we've had a lot. We may have struck it rich right now. We had extra $5 grand, 10 grand, whatever. But if your credit's shitty, you're still going to sit in the same situation that you are sitting in now when that money runs dry.
Correct.
So you're going to be the same person that you was, period. So if you're like that, and if you're in a situation where there's other Black and brown folks like that, then what are you going to do about it at the end of the day? That's why I keep telling you people out there that money is not the end-all, be-all. It's not going to save you. You got to make sure that you set up something for yourself. And I'm saying IRS forgiveness and mortgage forgiveness and all that stuff because I feel like, if they're going to do reparations or whatever, that should be included because nobody's
definitely has to be included.
Everybody's talking about money. So give me money and fix my credit too.
Period.
You know what I mean? Like my credit may be good right now, but it can be 10 times good if all that other stuff can be wiped out and forgiven. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't understand that. And make sure that's set up for my next generation, my kids, that they can be able to have something for I don't want the here and now. I want something later. And I want something for when my next generation, when I go. My daughter's kids, my daughter's kids after that. That's what you should be going for. And Q failed when it failed when it comes to that. I don't know if that's a part of his whole CWBA or anything like that. There may be something packed in there, so I don't want to mislead the people and say that it's not in there. But he failed when he put out there that the Democrats said we'll address it after election. Because let's keep it real on that, people.
They're not in there yet.
So what can he really do right now?
Nothing.
What can he do?
Nothing.
Not a goddamn thing. And he don't want to go off and say, hey, you know what? Once I get elected, we can do this. We can do this, Q. I got you. And then what if he doesn't get elected?
Right.
And that's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? So Biden can't promise that man. That Biden-Harris administration can't do nothing for that man right now. So that's why I feel that when Q put out there where the Democrats said we'll address it after the election, the Democrats are assuming that they're going to win. So if they're going to win, then you know what, Q? Come back to the table. We got you.
Right.
Instead, Q turns around and he goes holler at the Trump campaign who contacted him. So the Trump campaign, because they need votes.
Exactly. Hey, Silva.
We made some adjustments, Q, and we're going to put it on the plan, and we're going to make that CWBA go for you. How's that, Q? You like that? Nah, fuck you, Q. You fucked up for that. And I don't like when someone's putting a dollar price on Black and brown people. 500 billion is not enough. We know that. You know that. You people out there know that shit too. And I do not understand how that man could do this shit. Put it out there, and I'm reading another one. People out there listening.
We do not care about none of it.
I mean, all right, Miss Love. I'm gonna say he does care. I don't want to say Q doesn't care because I feel like this.
I ain't talking about Q. I'm talking about that Trump.
45 don't give a damn. No, Q. Right. It's not the fact that Q doesn't care. It's the fact
he made a deal with Q. He don't care about none of us.
Oh, absolutely not.
I mean, because he made that clear even before he got there. He made that clear before he got there because he started crap. With Obama before he got there, so he made
exactly before he even ran.
Before he got there.
Sure.
So, like I said, so when he said what he said about women, he pretty much put that out there that he made it clear that whatever he said about women was to be put out there for every man to feel about women, that they was never going to be protected at no shape, form, or fashion. That they could just do whatever they wanted to women, and that was that. Because that's just what they do. Even more is if those that was gonna, you know what I mean? And that's not right. That's how I see it. And I have daughters and I have granddaughters. So for me, that just was just too much. which was even more than enough.
Blasphemous.
On top of having to deal with the racist stuff. They just threw it all off. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't even take that much time to stand up for Anita Hill. So here you are, you want to stand up for this man. You know what I'm talking about? And then y'all want to go all out. That's a whole nother thing. Y'all want to go all out with this stuff with Bill Cosby, which is a whole nother thing, which meant absolutely nothing. So then that's another story. So it's just going on and on, which is horrible. So it's not getting any better. It's not getting any better. It's just too much.
Straight up perception.
You adding on instead of trying to, instead of trying to help. You think you helping, but you really not. You add on to the BS that he's already putting out there. And he ain't doing nothing but laughing at you because he's saying this is another dumb nigga that's adding on to what we already got going on. So he another one that's going to, laugh with us, but they laughing at us. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody got time for that because we already at the point to where we ready to just already blow one. Because I've been ready to blow one.
Danaya, go ahead and say what you were going to say before I put Gab on too.
I think the biggest thing is that Cube screwed up because he tweeted out the conversation that he had with the Republicans. That's where he got in trouble. Had he had a conversation, not said nothing, and kind of fell back, the Republicans would have had nothing to use against him. Now they can be like, oh yeah, well Cube said blah blah blah.
Danaya, look at it though. Cube could have put that shit, and if he could have put it to bed, he wouldn't have said nothing.
Right.
But the Trump administration aired it out.
Right.
So they were like, thank you, Cube.
Exactly.
Thanks, Cube. We now have something that we're going to work with the black folks. So they put that shit out before Cube did, I guess. But at the same time, it was going to leak out anyway, though. They were going to put that shit out regardless.
Because you heard Trump
listen, ladies, and Gab and all the people out there listening, why they put it out? Because they want the motherfucking black vote. That's what they want.
Of course. Of course.
3 weeks to the election, ladies. Gab, all the people out there.
Oh, we already knew that.
To the election. They're already in the polls and all this other stuff. They are losing. They're scared. They're running scared. And you know what? Let's keep it way real, too.
And they should be.
Yeah, this was something that was worth fighting for. Trump had 3.5, 4 years to be able to get it done. If he really wanted it done.
But he doesn't want it done.
Yeah, if he really gave a shit about black people, he would have put this CWBA, or he could have put any other black man, just like the medical plan that never went anywhere. He said that shit 4 years ago. Oh, we'll have a great plan.
Oh my God. Yeah, right.
We'll do great.
Where's the plan though?
Carmella, he was gonna have a look, and just to be while he was trying to be funny, told her he was gonna have a Tupac ticket waiting on him when she go to her next.
Yeah.
Like so. You just being ignorant for no reason.
And for sure. And what a way to throw dirt on Tupac. Rest in peace. Just because Kamala Harris said she's a Tupac fan, and she's like, hey, best rapper. Kamala Harris said best rapper is Tupac. They left a ticket for Tupac at one of their conventions or whatever it was. You know what I mean? How dirty is that? How dirty is that?
Yeah, like so now.
How dirty is that? So Mr. Ice Cube, you got a problem, buddy. Let me go ahead and put Gab on before I read the next Ice Cube comment. This is Next Legacy Radio comment.
Please vote for the love. I'm voting tomorrow.
The Trump administration. There's a lot going on. Let's say what's happening to Gab. Gab, what up though?
Yeah, I'm voting tomorrow. It was like crazy today, but I'm definitely voting tomorrow for sure.
Ice Cube. Hey, Ice Cube, why is Ice Cube cooning right now? Like, what's the problem, Gab? What's going on?
I hope it ain't true.
No, it is true.
That's what I was about to say, but we know it's true.
Yeah, bruh. When I saw this late last night, this morning, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this to me is just crazy. So, all right, I'm gonna put this out there. So I want all y'all to pay attention. Remember, I'm going off verbatim on Ice Cube's Twitter. So everybody had something to say. So Danny Morrison Media had a comment and said, "My hip hop hero Ice Cube is working with the dark side. I haven't felt this low since Kobe passed. Heartbreaking. Cube, I'm not sure you understand how much we value your voice. And when we see you jumping the shark, it kills us, especially in 2020. So that was from Danny Morrison Media. Cube had this to say: every side is a dark side for us here in America. They're all the same until something changes for us. They all lie, they all cheat, but we can afford not to negotiate with whoever is in power, or our tradition with this country will never change. Our justice is bipartisan." I got a lot to say when it comes to that too. All right, so I'm gonna say it.
Wait, hold on, wait. The person that said "fuck the police" said justice is bipartisan. Is that actually what I heard come out of his mouth right now? Pause. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm gonna have to go on Twitter and correct him real quick. I'm gonna have to correct him real quick. You're the same person. You're the same person. And we know you listen to the show because you've been on here before. So, Cube, I have questions. Did you tweet him and ask him what the hell is wrong with him? Child. Okay. So you're the same person that said "fuck the police," but you are now saying trust the justice system. When? When did this occur? I have so many questions. Call him now. Tell him to call in now. I have so many questions. Lord have mercy. No. Fucking no, G.
Ain't that the shit that you was talking about?
Oh my Lord. That ass.
Let our Jew fuck up our crew. Like, come on, Cube. So look, let me pick this apart.
Cube's a clone. He has to be a clone. I swear to God, he has to be a clone.
Real quick, people. Every side is a dark side for us here in America. Yes, to a degree. They're all the same until something changes for us. Yes, to a degree. They all lie and they all cheat, but we can't afford not to negotiate with whoever is in power, or our condition in this country will never change. That's false. Because you got to look at it like this. Think about it. We've had 45 presidents of these United States, and you know what? They all
44 and a nigga that just happens to be there.
But when have, besides, and we're going to probably go back to Lyndon Johnson because, and then we prop up, why is his name slipping my mind right now? Jim Brown. Jim Brown used to be heavy on the political side. I mean, Lyndon Johnson, Civil Rights Act. I mean, you can go on and on and on. I'm not going back to Abraham Lincoln because we all know Lincoln was one where he did that for political gain. He did it as a tool. You got to think about it, people. Every president has something that they want to do for themselves while they're in power. That's all. Every 45 presidents, every single one had their own agenda while they were in office. Whoever says that is not true is a goddamn lie.
That's true.
And that's fact. Everybody does. So you think about it. But outside of the Civil Rights Act, and as far as some of the other acts that has taken place in name of black and brown people, I mean, everybody is basically what it is when it comes to that. So when he says we can't afford not to negotiate with whoever is in power, or our condition in this country will never change, look at who we're negotiating with. We're negotiating with bigots. We're negotiating with white supremacists. We're negotiating with rapists. We're negotiating with everything under, the women. And listen, this man and the Supreme Court people, he wants to make sure that women will never get abortions ever. Even if you're in the
just in case the live gets cut off. That's the link you go to to listen to this. Because I don't know what YouTube's gonna do, child.
I'm not trying to go there with you people on abortion rights and all that stuff, but a woman's body is their right. If a woman is in their third trimester, he wants you, the parent, the mother, to die so that baby can live.
He lost his goddamn mind.
So,
This
I
man
will not
is
negotiate with I will not negotiate with known racists. I will not negotiate with known white supremacist supporters. I will not negotiate with those people who do not want black people to succeed. Trump is one of them. He may have black people who in his cabinet is
I
black,
am. Thank you so much.
And Ben Carson was a surgeon who's now in charge of housing. How does that work? He's propping
Because
up.
45 don't give a
How
damn.
does that work? Tell me something. How
Child.
does that work? How that work? That doesn't. He has his own select people of black folks because he was either inherited their jobs or he put them in because, you know what, hey, I can control him. I can control that black man, so let me go ahead and prop him up there. You know what I mean? And if you don't believe me,
she got to pay all that money back that was in the White House with him. What's her name? The one that won the show.
God. Yeah, I forgot. Omarosa.
Omarosa.
Yeah, he told Omarosa she got to pay that $1 million back, baby. All that money that she got to pay it back. Now, how does that work?
Yeah.
How she got to pay you that money back?
Yep.
What?
Yep. And I don't. And look. At the end of the day, I mean, everything that he said. And remember, people, I'm not reading something that Cube supposedly said. This is stuff that's on his Twitter. If you follow him, then you know. I'm not taking what he's saying and twisting it. I'm not taking what he's saying and twisting it in a way where it's just like it's my benefit. Because, like I said, and it goes back to what I said earlier, for him to try to push a line for black people, I give him all the credit in the world. All the credit in the world for trying to do something for black folks because he cares. I'm not denouncing that. I'm not hating on that. I'm not saying that what he's doing is wrong. But again, is guilty by association. Mr. Fuck the police, and let's put Donald Trump in jail, wants to be in cahoots with him because they lift up their pants leg and say, hey, Q, let me give you $500 billion, and let's pretend we're gonna put these in, some black businesses, and let's go ahead and scatter this police reform and all this other shit. Like, how many lies have Trump had in the White House since how many lies has he had in his fucking life? Let's keep that shit real. Let's go there.
Let's keep it real that he never should even been in the White House to begin with because he's not qualified. Let's keep it real that over 200,000 people have died because he wanted to play a game and act like that COVID didn't exist. Let's keep it real and just say specifically that he sexually assaulted his own child on stage and Republicans allowed that. I have so many questions for you when it comes to listening to this fool.
Upset with the fact that he tried to say Obama was an American
Child.
president, and this
neither are his wives.
Neither
is his wife. Neither is his wife.
You the one that came over here on the boat.
Fuck.
You're not American at all. But you in the White House.
But he can say something.
Soon as you're not in the White House, they taking you to Sing Sing. That's why he's trying his best to stay up in there. Because soon as he step out of there, they taking his ass to jail.
45 can talk to me about immigration when his wife can speak English properly. That's when he can talk about immigration. When his wife can speak English properly, when his ex-wife can speak English properly, he can holler at me about immigration. But he also took the chain migration and got his wife's family over here. So don't play that game with me.
And how you gonna be at a rally and barely mention your son and my son Biden Trump or whatever his name is, and his son had COVID and he's like using even his son as a prop. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's just, he's literally begging for votes.
Hey,
right
Jessica
now.
B. Yes, ma'am. Oh, sweet. Awesome.
Literally, Trump won in a sense, y'all.
Sweet. Thank you so much for subbing, Mama.
His administration propped up Ice Cube as the go-to Negro. He got me off my couch to do this radio show tonight.
Right, because we were not planning this at all.
About that. But mean, because I was chilling. I was ready. I was going to do my show on Sunday, and life is good. But he got me off my couch to do this shit because I'm not happy with how this is going. And I feel like we need enough media platforms literally to tell Q, look, bruh, I don't care if you're trying to get this money. This is not the way
to do it.
And
Exactly.
it's not the way to do it now. It's not. And if to me, and I feel like, and if Q wasn't trying to do, and like I said, again, I respect Q's business savvy, dope rapper to me. I'm a fan of his music and his movies, all that shit. But this right here,
now I understand what Cube is trying to do, but he needs to do that with other black people, not this fool.
There you go.
Black
How
people
about you bring the Black Caucus?
Yeah,
how about you bring the Black Caucus?
Not this fool.
Listen, Miss Love, y'all. How about Q bring in the Black Caucus, the NAACP, and anybody out there that is revered in the political science of trying to be able to push out a legislation to come to the table with this administration to see. And I guarantee you this, if Trump and his administration was gonna do it,
they would have done it already. That's the thing.
With the Black Caucus, with the NAACP, with anybody else to be able to push that line. He didn't. He used Ice Cube because he's a celebrity.
Exactly.
And he knows he would get black folks like myself talking about this shit. So it's all a fucking game.
Pretty much.
And I'm gonna go give one more quote. And actually, I'm gonna go with some more because I'm just reading off of this, and I just want y'all people out there listening with y'all opinion. So this is another Cube quote off Twitter. Black progress is a bipartisan issue. When we created the contract with Black America, we expected to talk to both sides of the aisle. Talking truth to power is part of the progress. No, not when that power is laced with racism, laced with white supremacy, laced with all kind of hate against black folks. I'll be damned, Cube, if I'm sitting at a table with somebody who denounced black people, brown people, want brown people to go back to Mexico because there's looters and rapists and shit like that, who would not rent to black folks, who would not even chime in on the Breonna Taylor situation,
that part,
who would not even barely mention George Floyd, who would not even say that the police was wrong on any of those occasions. That guy is the person you want to fuck with?
Wait, you're missing, but you're missing one. You're missing the biggest one. He did not denounce white supremacy for the 4th, 5th, whatever, freaking 6th time. But you're talking to him.
He didn't do it. He didn't do it tonight. He didn't do it tonight at his own town hall when he got grilled about it tonight. Probably 2-3 hours.
He's
ago.
not gonna do it because the Klan freaking supports him.
But Joe Biden is not doing anything with Antifa. You know how when somebody apologizes to you and you know it's not the God's honest truth.
Oh Jesus! Here we go, the Antifa again.
It's like I was to say, Danaya. You know what? You was wrong, and I'm sorry. And I said it so sarcastically, like I don't really believe you probably don't even believe me if I told you I was sorry.
Right.
Well, before he got on there, he already said it was set up. So you knew right then he was gonna be with.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Before he got on there, he was like, this is all the setup. Before I even get on here, this is the setup. So you already knew he was gonna be about the bullshit before he got on there.
Right. Okay.
So
Here's another one. The Washington Post chimed in. They said Ice Cube once rapped about arresting Trump. Now he's advising the president on policy plans. So Q's response. I will advise anybody on the planet who has the power to help Black Americans close the enormous wealth gap.
He's not gonna do it though. That's the issue. 45 is not gonna do it though. He wasn't trying to do it before. He don't give a damn. That's why he was pushing for the country to open back up because they found out that's affecting more African Americans than everybody else. Right? That's when he was like, oh well, this is affecting black people. I can open the country back up. Pushing all these states to open their states back up, demanding that states open their states completely back up. Chicago's like, no. 50 people in a venue. I don't care how freaking big it is. That's what we're going to do. And that's why he doesn't like Illinois. That's why he can't come here. Well, he can come here, but he can't come here
And
and be public. G. Hey, Joe.
Helping the black people is putting them all in one area and killing them all.
Child.
That's his way of
Child.
helping black people.
I'm gonna read this again. That Cube said when Washington.
This live is brought to you by the word allegedly, because I don't want, because that's not exactly what he said. So technically, this live is brought to you by the word allegedly. This is our opinions. Blah blah blah.
Black Americans close the enormous wealth gap. Again, how many souls are you gonna sell, Ice Cube? I appreciate the fact that you want to do something for Black and Brown. I love you for it. I will always respect the effort. But how many times have we, as Black and Brown people, sold our souls for the same situation? Here, let me go ahead and give you this right, and let me give you this money, and let me give you this act, so we can go ahead and do that. How many times over, not just our generation, but our generation?
We've had him on the show before, Jessica.
How many grandmothers,
when I saw this that this show was happening tonight, I was like, oh my Lord. We've had him on the show before a couple times, actually.
Once that Civil Rights Act took place, were we still good? No. Think about all those other years that our ancestors before us had to suffer. So if our ancestors is listening to what Cube says when he said, I will advise anybody. So that means he will advise anybody, racist, white supremacists, rapists, coons, anybody that's out there. Because he wants to close the enormous wealth gap. I'm sorry, bruh. Your $500 billion that you're going to deal with is nothing compared to the trillions that a lot of these presidential administrations shipped over to overseas to Saudi Arabia or Afghanistan and all these other people and shit like that. So I'll take your $500 billion and let's go ahead and give like $2 trillion over there to go, deal with war shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why?
Will that help?
No,
it won't.
And you know what? In all honesty, not to shoot Obama down, but over the 50 years that I've been on this earth, and all of the presidents that I've seen, the best president was Bill Clinton, because the world, it was no wars and everybody had jobs and it was peace. He had stuff going on, but it was actually peace. Everybody had jobs and it was a whole lot, easier. It wasn't all of this chaos. And he did actually do stuff.
And Ms. Love, he had bipartisan love too at the same time. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of Republicans who, don't like what Democrats do and vice versa or whatever. But I think, Clinton, there's been I think Reagan was like that. Even though Reagan, say what you want. I don't think he was the greatest president, but I think he had more bipartisan, relationships.
Yeah, they equally hated us.
In general, you know what I mean?
No, they equally hated us.
He had more stuff going on for the black people than any other president that's been in office right now.
Reagan is where the school to prison pipeline started, though. Let's be honest. Reagan is where the school to prison pipeline started, and it was continued after that. But that's where the school to prison pipeline started.
Trust me, I'm not propping up Reagan because God rest his soul, Reagan's not here, but he ushered in the destruction of a lot of inner city communities with his quote unquote war on drugs. It was
exactly. So.
They dropped all kinds of drugs in the inner city. Yeah.
Right.
Crack cocaine, come on, that was on his watch.
Reagan did
that was on his watch.
That was him.
The destruction of our inner cities and our parentals. Like, to me, look, I'm off tangent for a minute, but to me that was like a downfall, and that killed a lot of communities.
Absolutely.
Not just the war on drugs, but the drugs that affected the communities, the moms strung out on drugs, the fathers gone from the home, strung out on drugs, like that.
Right.
A lot of people. So my question to Cube is, do you think Trump's going to be able to do that? He's going to throw you $500 billion and say, here, I did this. So he's gonna, and then they're gonna fuck off everything else. So black businesses will continue to struggle until we figure out some way, shape, or form to fix this. $5 billion is not gonna help. And to me, I feel like the worst thing he has ever done in his life is basically divide and conquer so many people right now who have divided opinions about, his alliance with the current presidential administration. So I want to throw this out there, ladies, Gab, and all you people out there listening. I have XM Radio, so Kevin Hart has a show.
Right.
His show was similar to how, we'll see, I'm throwing shade right now, but I don't care.
I don't care.
He has a show that's just like how our show used to be.
See, we're going to talk about that another time. Child. We're going to, let me stop.
No shade thrown.
Fuck that shade thrown. Damn that.
Because Kevin Hart worked with Ice Cube, right? So Kevin Hart split down the middle.
Of course.
He has 4 people on his panel, him and 3 other people.
Right.
So him and another guy were like, yeah, I'm pro Cube. I understand what Cube's saying, Team Cube. The other 2 were not. They were like, nah, I don't agree with this because it's a problem. And Kevin Hart's like, well, you got to respect Cube for doing everything he can so he can be able to help the black communities and stuff like that. But, and they were going back and forth. But no one mentioned this. And, and I was listening to it. Actually, I was listening to it when you called me, Danaya. And I was listening to it, and I was like, nobody has once said something. I probably didn't finish the rest of the show. I didn't finish listening to the rest of the show, but I don't think one person ever mentioned what we mentioned when it came to this. Would you sell your soul to be able to get some money
exactly,
to be able to give to your family? The answer is no. My family would never look at me the same if I was to sell my soul for a few dollars. Period. Right. And I want everybody to think about this. Would you sell your soul? Would you? Would you sell your soul and your dignity and your self-respect just so you can be able to get some shots? And you're gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna sacrifice what I need to for my family because I feel like all that's worth it. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Because you know what? You know why? You don't have those $1 billion now, but I guarantee you there is other ways that you can be able to dent the economy to have people look at you different.
Exactly.
With this
administration, Jessica B. Preach.
Who's racist, who has a known fact of working with people against black and brown people.
Exactly.
It's extremely long. But I'm telling you, this upsets me to a point because I don't want our kids to be in this position. And Cube got kids and, a wife and all that shit. And I respect his family and I would never throw none of his family or anybody like that under the bus when it comes to my opinions about this administration. But I'm telling you what I would do with my daughter or my future kids. And
period, Jessica, period.
I'm not selling my soul and I'm not selling my respect. I can't look at my future wife's eyes. I can't look at my daughter's eyes. I can't look at my future kids' eyes.
And if y'all want to come up after this is done, I can drop the link. I very rarely do that, but y'all, if y'all want to discuss this outside of here, let me know. And I can drop the link, but I'll definitely be after this because they loud enough, child.
You on a private plane, and we'll get you over here to talk to Trump, and we'll give you a couple $1 million.
Here's my thing: I'm gonna say this, if he's dumb enough to go talk to 45, child.
You know what? Real quick, you know what? I wouldn't do it.
Nope.
I wouldn't do it. You know why I wouldn't do it? It's because I don't respect him enough for me to go somewhere to talk to him and take photos for $1 million. You know what? Listen. I work. I work. I save. I do what I gotta do. I'm gonna keep doing that. I don't want a quick $1 million just so I can be able to be part of a prop. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Period. But that's the whole thing, though.
Respect him. So is he gonna help him? Is he gonna be a part of it too? Since he respects him so much for doing it, is he gonna say
Kevin Hart, Miss Love, and all the listeners out there, Danaya, Gab. Kevin Hart is down the middle because he wants work with you on the ride-along joints, and he's not going to burn that bridge. He's not going to do it. So Kevin's straddling the fence.
That's understandable.
We understand that.
You can understand that too, but at the same time, The question is, are you going to agree with him and go along with him?
Right. So the big question is, do I respect Kevin Hart and his opinion for straddling the fence? No. And I respect it, and I don't respect it for this reason. I don't respect it for the simple fact that, look, you know what? Hey, there's a lot of jobs that I would love to have in the near future. Would love to have. There's a lot of things that I would love to do in the near future. I would love to work with. I would have loved to work with Ice Cube. I know I'm not going to be able to do it now.
Oh, that's out the damn window. Shit.
I just feel like this. There's nothing about my self-respect that I feel like I need to make, or I don't need to make my point on this. Like, I feel like, you know what, I can come up to you and be like, you wrong, bro. You wrong.
Period.
For this and this and this.
But you know they ain't gonna do that. They can't even get a white woman elected, child. We ain't even child.
About a situation that you gave birth to. Your whole reason of NWA was
House slay. The house slay. Well, from what I heard, he was broken. That's part of it, for real. He's really broke.
Then you could do that too. But at the same time, what did Cube do the moment the moment Jerry Heller wound up being a little shady in his opinion when it came to his contracts, when it came to his money, when it came to his notoriety, etc., etc. What did he do? He left.
He walked away.
Because he was not getting his just due. Why? Because he did everything. He wrote, he rapped, he wrote for everybody. He wrote for Easy, he wrote for Dre, he wrote for Ren, or Ren wrote for him, whatever the case may be. He did everything. He sensed it, he saw it, he called him out on their bullshit, and he left. Because he didn't want to sign the contract that would have kept him penniless at the end of the day. Because his respect and his dignity meant more to him than that fucking contract, which would have gave him a nice check. He left all that.
So the question is, then what changed?
If he left all that, listen, ladies, and all the people out there listening, if he left all that back then, why is he selling out now?
That's what I'm saying. What changed?
Got him into this position where now, see, to me, that's being a hypocrite. If you live the life that he's lived, and he, even to this day, even when I interviewed him, he even said that, you know what, Brad, that was the best decision I ever made. I made this decision for the simple fact that, you know what, I couldn't look at my family no more like this. If I would sign that contract, and I would have been Jerry Heller's puppet on Ruthless.
Right.
What's the difference between this situation right now? What is the difference?
Exactly, and it shouldn't have been nothing that should have made him change his mind. Because right now, if we was on a stranded island and we had to pick between,
I do remember when Jesse ran for president. That's why he was mad at Obama for a minute. Because he didn't even get that close.
I wouldn't pick neither one of them.
But Jesse Jackson is a whole nother conversation, child. Ooh, child. Ooh. He's a whole mess of himself.
For the simple fact that you're going to go on this side. Because that's the side that you have chosen. Honestly.
You stranded on that.
With everything in it. With everything in it.
I feel you. Trump would be like, yeah, Miss Love, you can come take my hand and I'll go ahead and take care of you.
With everything in it,
and Q would be like, yeah, I'll take care of you, but did you vote? And if you voted, I don't want you to vote.
Period.
I don't want you to vote.
Okay, well, he black. He gonna save you. He gonna help you. No, he gonna let me die anyway because he on this man's side. Because that's the side that he chose. Even though everything in me is saying, no, choose him because he gonna help you. No, he's not, because he already jumped ship. You know what I'm saying? And that hurt me to my core. So no. And I don't understand that for the life of me. So no, there's no way in hell that I would ever do nothing like that. And like you said,
what for? Oh no, we can put it all together. We can put them all together. Jesse and our Jackson, we can put them all together. Because they both shady as shit. So
The reason why she's saying
Honey,
this now is
ooh,
people out there
child.
don't get it or understand that, you know what?
Miss
At the
Love,
end of the
she's
day,
from,
Q can
oh
vote for
Lord.
Biden if
I
all
think
we
she's in
hear, or
Vegas
Q
now.
can vote for nobody, or Q can vote for Trump. All we know is
But that's Miss
that
Love.
Ice Cube
The guy
set a
that's speaking is
bar.
Brandon. That's the owner of the
Set a
station.
bar. He's now in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because he set a bar. He set a trend. He set a trend. And now he's not setting the trend off of what was established back then. He is the ultimate hip-hop hypocrite, along with Kanye West, but that's another story. He's the ultimate hip-hop hypocrite who did everything opposite of the law.
He's so smart, but damn,
about
Kanye.
He took his own brand and gambled on
That's a whole nother
brand
conversation.
to be successful. And I think out of all the shit that he's ever done, I feel like that moment in time was when I respected him a lot more. Because he did. He gambled on himself and it paid off. Because he took that contract, shredded it, told Jerry Heller and NWA, fuck you. I'll do this myself. And the legend of Ice Cube was born after that. He was more to me than just NWA. Because he only did one record with NWA, even though it was historic. He only did one. I'm not counting that NWA in the pocket.
That's a 3 last be easy. Ooh,
I
baby.
digress on that too.
Ooh.
He did more for his brand than anybody in hip hop history when it came to that, and I respected him for it because he took NWA.
If you haven't already done so, please thumbs up this video. If you have not already done so, please thumbs up this video. If you haven't yet subscribed, can you please turn that red button great for me and make sure that you put your notification bell on.
He jumped in. He was like, "Yeah, I feel you, Q." Blah blah blah. And if you go on his Twitter or Instagram, people are gonna, they're gonna show the love. It's split down the middle. But I feel like what Ice Cube and people out there that's probably mad at me right now, they're probably mad because you know why? Because I'm voicing my opinion. Because you know why? Because all this shit screams bullshit.
Basically, pretty much.
Because he's being the ultimate hypocrite when it comes to this. I'm gonna do something real quick. Cube said back in 2016, August 27, 2016, I will never endorse a motherfucker like Donald Trump ever. You can go on his Twitter. A lot of people, screenshotted it. I did myself. You can go on Next Legacy, NEXXLEGACY. You'll see all that shit. And then, Stream Billie Jean said, Ice Cube once said ever. Do you remember? And then Cube's comment was, I haven't endorsed anybody. You may not, Cube. You may not have.
But it's not looking good, buddy. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, buddy.
You did. So. Go ahead, Danaya.
It's not the problem is he didn't officially endorse them, but what they did was they took a moment and they was like, "Oh, let's utilize this. Let's use him because he said he might have a conversation with us. Not that he's had a conversation, but that he might have a conversation with us. Not that he's gonna come to the White House and talk to this fool that has COVID. And if you do that, Cube, you are canceled. I'm dead ass. If you leave your home to go to a place where a man that has COVID, you are canceled. I'm not canceled yet, but if you do that, I'm so done with you. So done.
I mean, let's keep it real, Danaya. I feel like he's canceled now, in my opinion. I feel like there's nothing he can do now. He can pull the rug and just be like, "Look, I'm not fucking with the Trump administration right now."
I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Honestly, I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I feel like he's gonna be like, you know what? I thought about it. I bumped my head and lost my mind, and I thought about it, and now I can't do this because my thing is that I've been watching his Instagram thing.
Pandora's box is open already. You cannot go back. You cannot go back.
No.
You're done. So, okay, so here's another one, y'all. So, and this was, remember, this is all a bunch of tweets within a span of 24 hours or whatnot.
Lord,
so apparently, Q was trying to set something with CNN so they can be able to, get on here, for a while now. So Q's comments right here is the powers that be canceled my interview on Cuomo Prime Time tonight.
Yep.
I've actually been banned from CNN for a few months, so I was surprised they even asked. But it seems like they can't handle the truth. No, I like that, Q. And I don't work for CNN, but I'm gonna put it like this.
Oh,
There's
Jesus.
been 2 presidential town hall debates today. There was one on channel 8 on ABC with Biden, and then one on NBC with Trump. And then you pack that in with COVID and all of the other stuff. You got bumped for that, bro. You got bumped for that.
Wait, hold on, wait. 45 had a debate today in person. Where he was around people.
Okay, because they had their own town hall because Trump canceled the debate because he didn't want to do a fucking a Zoom debate.
Because no, that's not why. It's because he can't talk. It's because he can't talk. That's the problem.
Another dirtbag move by this current administration, but again, I digress on that too. But Q is mad.
Shaquilla, they're on there. Well, so it's on his Instagram.
And then a few months ago, I don't know why he said he was banned, but
Q done broke the entire internet. Chill. Oh, baby.
And he said he rejects the idea of Trump using him, challenges Biden. So he makes it clear that he's no pawn for President Trump. But again, Q, what you don't understand, you already were.
Exactly, because you didn't take care of it. Fucked it up already.
Put your name up there in bright lights and shine that bright light on you, Q. And
remember how I tell y'all that there's a certain way that social media works?
You don't get it. You don't get it.
So apparently Ice Cube forgot. Apparently Ice Cube forgot how social media works, and that's the problem. He forgot how social media works. That's the issue. He forgot that he's dealing with somebody that loves to tweet, especially when he thinks he has a black person on his side. He loves to tweet about stuff like that. Especially since he's going to lose, because nobody wants to deal with somebody that had caused over 200,000 people to die because you chose not to tell the truth, because you chose to say that you can't. 45, can you say coronavirus yet or no? Or you still calling it the China virus? Can you actually say COVID-19? Or are those words just impossible to leave your fucking lips? Like, I'm confused on how Q thought this was a good idea even to talk to this fool. Because like we talked about earlier, it ain't enough money, and 5 billion or 500 million, whatever, that's not enough. If it was 5 trillion, we could have a conversation, and you cannot record a damn thing, but we can have a conversation about what you think that you might be able to do, but I ain't agreeing to a motherfucking thing. I'm not signing shit. And don't you dare tweet me a damn thing. But that's the thing. He didn't have the parameters.
I want to put out too. And Danaya, Miss Love, Gab, all y'all listening. Here's the thing. A lot of people out here sending me messages or whatever, and that's fine. A lot of people hate me. That's fine. I don't care. Whatever.
We're used to that already. So I mean, fuck it, shit.
I mean, kill the messenger, right? I mean, that's what Q put on his little speech or whatever.
Period.
Kill the messenger.
Yep, saw that.
People are always gonna hate on somebody who has something that they're talking about and they disagree with. But
that's all good.
It is what it is.
Nothing new. Shit.
A lot of people, and I'm gonna put this out here too, because again, town hall, they had it for 2 of the candidates or whatnot. Joe Biden had something come up about the 1994 violent crime bill. So they asked him a question in regards to that. And you know what real people do, and I feel like it's not on some political shit, even though it is, but it really isn't, because I feel like he's been humbled in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was wrong for that. He said he was wrong for that. He said he was out of pocket for it, and he said he gave his reasons why he thought it was a good idea at the time, but then he said that it was a mistake. So anybody that has ever done anything in your life, you may have made a mistake or two. Time or two or something like that, right? I don't think we're all perfect, right? We're not perfect to the point where we push an agenda, you have second thoughts on it, you get called out on it, and then you're like, yeah, I fucked up. I made a mistake. I feel like I've done that a lot in my lifetime. Nobody's perfect, right? Kamala Harris did the same thing. She tried to push a lot of, when she was a prosecutor. So anytime you're a prosecutor, and I feel like black prosecutors always seem to have an issue. Not an issue. People have an issue with black prosecutors. You're prosecuting people to send them to jail. That's your job.
Period.
So when Kamala Harris was a prosecutor, she was sending people to jail because
that was her job.
So when she got out of that arena, she was doing everything that she can to fix certain mistakes that she had.
Right.
And people don't even talk about this shit because they're so busy being pent up on other shit that people did in their lifetime that may have been a mistake. So I'm saying that about Biden and about Harris. Biden today said that he made a mistake about that 94 violent crime bill. Kamala Harris has stated on numerous occasions throughout her tenure that, you know what, being a prosecutor, you was put in this position where you had to perform.
Period.
Numbers based, blah, 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 blah. And she was great to be able to go on and move on and go somewhere else where she can be able to help other minorities. So I'm saying that to say this. A lot of people out there are saying that, you know what, people are laced with mistakes and this, that, and the other, and people should get a second
Thank you,
chance.
Jessica. Have a good night, Mama.
Definitely get that from me, no problem. But perception, bruh. If you're going to still be in this situation right now where you are lying yourself with this current administration, you're going to find yourself in a situation right now at this time where people don't get it. You got some people on both sides of the fence who feel you, but also they feel the other people over there, like Kevin Hart. Like I said, I don't really respect Kevin Hart because I feel like he's more, if he really wanted to air out his shit, like he's airing out his shit against Kanye West because everybody know Kanye crazy, but that's just me. But I think that's just like a lot of other people. Everybody know Kanye fucking crazy. So Kevin Hart goes on Kanye's head all the time. But he don't do that shit with Cube though. Because you know why? Because he's worked with Cube.
Exactly.
You know why? He'll probably work with Cube again.
Yes.
You know why? Because he don't want to fuck off his future money because he's gonna still be friends with Cube. And Kevin Hart was the one screaming up and down. I've known Cube for 5 years, and he's a family man. We know Cube's a family man.
We know this.
People like to do things for money. People do things for money, and that's the difference. There's a difference when you do things for money and you do things for respect. Now, me, I can't say the same because respect is respect. And honestly, I don't know if I can give him another chance for that because, again, you deal with people that literally hates us and that will kill us in a second. So if you on the same side that they are, what makes me think you won't kill me in a second just like they will? I can't say that I feel that same energy towards you now because you chose their side over my side.
Let me put it in. Let me break it to you like this. Like all the people out there, hey, just love tonight, Gab. All you people out there listening. I'm gonna put it out there in movie terms like this. So say like we're in Boys in the Hood, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that shot Ricky, listen, ladies and Gab and people out there, the guy that shot Ricky, killed Ricky, right? Ricky's dead. He carries Ricky back to the house and all is bad, right? Mom's crying, girlfriend's crying, kids crying, all that shit. So Q goes back out and he's like, well, let's go talk to the guy. Let's go ahead and he can be my friend.
Not the guy that killed Ricky, though. Jesus.
Let's go break bread with the guy that killed Ricky.
No. He said that.
You cool with that, though, boy?
He said.
You cool with that?
He said, let's break bread with the guy that killed Ricky.
No, that's you gonna second guess that every time.
Oh, child.
I have to second guess that. I'm not gonna feel comfortable with that. So no, I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna give you the chance for me to have to go through that. You know what I mean? So no, I can't even say that at this present time. Now I pray for God to thank. I'm serious. That's one of them things that I have to ask God for forgiveness to then think about that.
If you haven't already done so, please thumbs up this video. If you have not already done so, please thumbs up this video. You can do so during the broadcast. You can do so on the replay. You can do so if you are in the clouds or if you are in the chat. If you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure that you go ahead and turn that red button gray for me. We are currently discussing the mess that Ice Cube has gotten himself into. Oh, ciao. I'm gonna have to be in his next live because this is right here.
I made that little scenario for people out there that's listening live or who's gonna be listening later, you know, in movie terms, like, you know, hey, if you shot Ricky, how could I go find that dude and go break bread with him and shit like that or whatever, right? Because you shot my brother and you killed my brother. So if you shot my brother and you killed that dude, why am I gonna make some money with you?
Exactly.
That's literally how it goes down.
Pretty much.
The same.
Pretty much.
The same. I mean,
girl.
it's not rocket science, y'all. It's not. And I put it out there because I feel like people don't get it. Like, they don't get it. And even if you say you do get it, like, at the end of the day, this is a message to you, Q, Ice Cube, O'Shea Jackson.
Come on.
Listen. Change it. You got every opportunity that you can right now to change it. Bottom line is $500 billion and a promise that may not even be kept. Is that worth it?
Exactly.
When you align yourself with somebody who is notorious for everything that is anti-black. He doesn't like black people. You should know this already, Q. He doesn't like black people, brown people succeeding. He does everything under the sun to dissuade. He said he's done everything for the black communities. I haven't seen it. Have you?
Not a damn thing. What has he done?
He said he's had more for the black community since Abraham Lincoln.
He says a lot of things.
We all know what Abraham Lincoln was all about. But we all know what Abraham Lincoln was all about.
Saying the Trump Towers
Chill.
Exactly. So, remember what Abraham Lincoln did. He may have shut down slavery, but he only shut it down because he wanted their votes. Yep. Think about it.
Very
and
true.
Even though he shut down slavery, it was not shut down. That's why we celebrate Juneteenth.
Yep.
People tend to forget that.
It was shut down in the North only. It was not shut down in the South.
I don't think a lot of people get you. I think there's more people who don't understand
Shaquilla.
your position in this situation because
well, here's the thing. So like
mentioning money, Ice Cube, but again, it goes back to what soul do you want to sell? Do you want to sell?
The question is, so why do they keep saying both sides are dark?
The answer is no, because I know I can't speak for you. I can't speak for Danaya, Gab, Miss Love, all these people out there listening. But I'm gonna tell you this. I won't. If I put my life and my future wife and my kids to sell their souls and my soul for $500 billion just so I can be able to, be a photo prop with a possible opportunity that things may change, nah, I wouldn't do it. And I wouldn't advise anybody else to do it.
Not
because you know what? Karma has an ugly way of coming back to bite you in the ass for real. And to me, that's what it's all about. And the fact that I feel like, and I know a lot of other people feel like you got played, you'll see when this is all said and done. Because you know what? He's talking about this $500 billion plan, platinum plan is what they called it. You're talking about all this shit, and at the same time, where is it at right now on the legislative floor? Has there been something that passed in Congress to put this platinum plan to life?
No. It's not gonna happen.
Okay,
It's not gonna happen.
You gotta meet some people before you even get up to there.
Yes.
To that point.
Yes.
Don't you got
to
deal with people? Okay, my question is, I'm just pissed off for the simple fact you couldn't find 10 or 15, 20 black people to do this with to get to the point before you get to the White House, because he gonna have to. I just don't understand. Did I miss something? Because you still got to deal with people.
No, you're right on point.
To the White House.
See, Miss Love, therein lies a problem, because you're absolutely right. And I said this earlier. He could have went to the Black Caucus. He could have went to the NAACP. He could have went to other minority people in the Senate. Period. To be able to try to get this push, regardless of fucking with this current administration right now. And again, or he could have waited. If he would have waited till after November 3rd or
Right.
more likely January 21st,
Yep.
when the inauguration happens, he could have waited that long. And if it was under a new administration, he could have brought that shit to the table to look at. And to me, that's really what it's all about right now. They can change up their shit anytime they want to. They be like, you know what? Hey, I like your bill. Let's rewrite it a little bit. And they will go ahead and put it out there. So when they put it out there, other people are going to touch it. They're going to rewrite it. And then here we go. And then by the time
You're right,
it's
Shaquilla,
done, and
absolutely.
then placed to the Congress floor, it'll be all changed. So your plan went from 100% to probably like 40%. And that's the way it is. That's the way it is when it comes to these people. And that's the thing that, you know, he's dead set against not voting for people and shit like that or whatever. But he don't know nothing about the politic game, though.
Nope.
Like, the politic game is not hip-hop, bro. It's
Not at all.
Entertainment. None of that shit. That shit's going to go into one hand, and then they're going to change it. It's going to go somewhere else, and then they're going to change it, and then it's going to go to the floor where they're going to make all the changes. And then you're going to get what you get. And then they're going to be like, well, you're going to, you know, if you like this shit, then it is what it is. But you know what? No, it's deeper than that. And if people don't understand that, then you know what? They're getting fooled every single day. Every single day. And if people out there, and I'm fired up about this because I always look at it like this. Like I said, it goes back to what I said earlier. Cube's a fucking hero. And for him to just be able to just basically sell his soul for the chance to be able to deal with this shit, to me, it's blasphemy. It's blasphemy, y'all. It is. Because again, it goes back to what I felt like Cube sacrificed in the beginning, and I'm gonna go with what this person said. And this was like, shit. When was this? This was like this was 4 days ago. And this was before all this shit jumped off. And it said when Q was putting this CWBA together, and this guy said, people, don't get played by these rich celebrities who low-key want Trump to get reelected. Q and these other rich celebrities who want Trump reelected are in the income category that's been set best for tax breaks under Trump for in that particular tax bracket. It's all about his money. Y'all don't get played by these rich people. They're only thinking about their money and keeping those wonderful tax breaks and benefits that Trump has put in place for the richest 5%ers. These rich celebrities have never had it so good, and they have enjoyed it under Trump's regime. Please don't let these rich celebrities sway you into not voting. That's what it's all about, people. That's part of it.
It's part of it.
If that's not part of it, then you know what? Go look at what currently is being worked out right now. Those 5%ers that this guy said is the truth. Because if Trump was to lose, Biden's taking all that shit away. And he's taking all that shit away because people should pay real taxes and not just a little bit. Now, is Cube in there somewhere? I'm sure he is. I'm not saying he's a billionaire, but I'm saying he's somewhere in between. He's thinking about his money. So I think, what was it? Somewhere over 400,000. If you make over 400,000, then you gotta pay. And you know what? If he's roughly around there, something like that,
yeah, he's definitely making over that.
Million, whatever it is. To me, bottom line is it's just a ridiculous game that these people are playing, and this shit is just I don't know. It's just fucking crazy, y'all. It really is. And it's sad. It's sad that we are in this situation right now.
To pay taxes, you get 15 years before you have to pay taxes, and then you may only have to pay $600 or $750. While you want to take all of our money every year, you want me to pay you every dollar I done made. Like, are you serious right now? Like, no, that ain't how that works. Like, hell no. And they making more money than me. But you want me to give you 3 racks. And these bastards have made way more than that. And they don't have to pay taxes for 15, 20 years. Are you serious? This bastard done paid $750 in taxes when he needs to pay way more than that. No, that is not how that works.
Yep. No, that's true. That's true, telling right
and
there.
Y'all
I mean,
sent Wesley Snipes to jail.
Ooh, child. Ooh, honey.
This man ain't paid nothing. Seriously?
That's a whole nother conversation, though.
It's just not right.
That's a whole nother conversation because that's not. Yeah.
If your uncle was Uncle Wesley Snipes and he had to go to jail for all the tax shit that he owed, but Trump got away with only paying $750 last year and the year before that in taxes. I mean,
I'd be livid.
If Wesley Snipes,
I'd be livid.
Would you be pissed?
I'd be livid. I'd be incredibly livid.
They took Red Fox's money. I mean,
Woo,
they took everybody's money. They
Mm.
tried to take.
Oh damn! You mentioned Red Fox.
Lauryn Hill. Yep.
After Sammy Davis Jr. died, they wanted to take this man's eye, and you know what I'm saying, for taxes, and he was dead.
Yep.
Like, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
This just the shit that they do to people.
Yep.
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yep. No, you're right though. You're right. And before this shit is all said and done, and before we wrap this shit up, Danaya, I want you to, if you got anything you want to either say, Gab, you're back on. If you want anything to say to Q or the people out there, you know, all for it. Actually, I'm not leaving yet because I got a 404 call. I got to check out and see who that is. But
oh Lord, you know.
Hold off on that. Let me take this caller from the 404.
Did you screen them for?
You're on Next Legacy Radio with the people. Who's this?
Yeah, this Nas. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
I ain't nothing. I'm cooling, bro. What's up with y'all?
That's what's up. You got something you want to throw in as far as your opinion about Cube and his working with the Trump administration? You got something to say?
Yeah, man. It's just this. Sometimes we got to be patient with our people. Sometimes our people make mistakes. Sometimes our people don't see their skill set for what it is, and sometimes things end up like it is. So, do I think Cube is doing this on some sellout shit? No. I think Cube is making a mistake and he's being taken advantage of. But I think his heart is in the right place. But he doesn't really like his background is what? Music, movies,
not politics,
entertainment production, things like that. Like he doesn't know this game as well as he knows other games. So I think he wasn't really prepared for, you know, the kind of trap that they set for him. Where he's like, yo, I just want these things to happen for black people. Not understanding that, yo, these people are going to use this and say that they're for black people when not actually doing it. So I understand we got to hit you. We got to. It's like your little nephew. You got to pop him on the back of the head. You made a mistake, you pop him on the back of the head. But he still he messed up, and you got to check him when he messed up. But I do think his heart is in the right place. But man,
and I'm not
right. We said that.
And bruh, and I appreciate you for saying that. And I'm definitely not. I'm not on this helmet for doing something for black people. Because to me,
exactly.
I mean, we need enough people trying to throw as much as we can on the wall to see what sticks at the end of the day. But also, common sense kind of plays into it. And you're absolutely right, brother. He's not. Yeah, he's in the rap game. He's in the entertainment game. It's way different than the political game. But this man has seen Jim Brown. This man has seen Kanye West. This man has seen other celebrities cozying up to and or collaborating with people in the politic game, and they never got anything out of it. Jim Brown, when you think about it, he was a lion himself, but what has he gotten out of it for black people though, at the end of the day? You know what I mean? Kanye West,
they gave him headlines and walked away with nothing. So basically, got played on a PR scheme.
Basically.
And the fact that they understand that is troubling. And I'm with you because you still call him out for it. But we understand that he don't know what he don't know, and now he's finding out.
Period.
Like, bruh, do you think that man is going to put forth any of those policies that would piss off the majority of his base off the rip? Like, dude, you think nobody's heard of these ideas you came up with? These ideas been circulating for 20 years. These ideas black people been talking about for a long time. It ain't that they ain't heard of.
They don't care.
I feel bad for Q because he's getting used right now. He doesn't even know it, but he's gonna see it in a couple of weeks.
He gonna see it. He gonna see it tomorrow.
And even to add on to what you're saying,
to put those policies
he couldn't
do it because he would lose his base.
Right.
Period.
And look, to add on what you're saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like everything that he's put out there with that CWBA plan, I mean, I looked at it, part of it is, like I said, I mean, police reform, you know, the $500 billion for, you know, black communities as far as businesses, making sure black businesses are strong. I mean, to me, and I said this earlier in my show, bro, that you can give somebody some money and they can go spend that money and go do what they want with that money to try to be able to strengthen themselves up. But at the end of the day, you're going to need that money plus your good credit when it's all said and done. So I was talking to this group right here about a forgiveness plan, IRS, mortgage companies, people that got foreclosed, people that got their credits fucked up, all that stuff. They should give us that part when it comes to reparations so we can get a clean slate. Right. We can be able to build our credit so we can be able to have this shit for later, because when the money goes down or dwindles or we have a little bit or next to none, we can be able to still have the opportunity to be able to have strength in our credit so we can be able to get these lenders, you know, all these particular things that we may not be able to have with banks, credit unions, mortgage companies, stuff like that or whatever. That's part of it. That should be a part of it, because I said this earlier, bruh, you could have 10 grand extra, but when that's gone, how's your credit though? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if we're going to do reparations, wipe that shit clean. Do a clean slate. Let everybody who had IRS debt, all that stuff, wipe that shit away, start over, build credit so we can do that shit better. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And everybody on this line, and my brother especially, I want you to look up Sandy Darity. That's SandyDarity. He's the head of econ at Duke University. Good brother. He's written a book called From Here to Equality. His reparations plan in there. He's been talking about this for a long time. And when you look at that, you'll get an idea of the scale of the type of investment we're talking about.
Right.
And just for a reminder for those that don't know, Israel and Germany. Right now, Germany has paid out over $89 billion in reparations to Jewish people who are descendants of the Holocaust or affected by it. They created their sewage system, their electric grid, their navy, and the majority of their banking institutions from that reparations money. Also, they had the ability to sue personally if they could tie their lineage to the Holocaust.
Correct.
When we talk about reparations, we're talking about no small bill.
Nope.
So I don't need you and other people to be putting out these little ass
numbers.
Like, we're talking about 400 years.
Period.
We're talking about vast sums of wealth. So when these people come with these little small bills, like, no, bro, we need all that.
Exactly.
We need all that.
Yep. So yeah, check that brother out. Check that book out. Just came out this year.
But $500 billion is not enough to be able to wipe the slate clean with every single city, every single state, every single black community, brown community. $500 billion is not gonna. That can only stretch so far, and it won't stretch enough. So every black business and every up and coming black business will be able to thrive off that.
Exactly.
I got you 100%.
Thank you.
I feel you. So I appreciate you, bro.
Check that book out, man. Yeah, but yeah, salute to y'all.
Will do.
Show.
Thank you so much.
People feet to the fire, bro.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
As we do. Appreciate you, brother, for calling. All right, Danaya, before we close, the floor is yours for what you got to say, what you want to say, not just to Q, but to everybody else. I know we're going to go back. We're going to be back on the air on Sunday.
Yes.
IMB, who's a part of the iconic 5-footer group, she'll be in. She's got a lot to talk about. We'll probably talk a little bit about this as well. But Danaya, the floor is yours.
Lord. Well, first I want to say shout out to everybody that tunes in on the YouTube. Yes, my Charm Squad came through. Shout out to every single one of y'all. When it comes to the whole Ice Cube situation, I hope he listens to what we're saying and what a lot of other people are saying, and does not even fathom the idea of meeting with this man, retracts every damn statement in terms of having the even thinking about working with him. Because like I said, I think he really did not think this through. And I think the sad part is he's been talking about inequality and what Black folks need for the since he started hip hop. But he really got it, really got heavy this year with all of the pandemic, with all of the killings that happened so quickly when it came to the African American community. And so it was really, really shocking. I'm like, why are we canceling Ice Cube? And I'm like, damn, what did this fool do? Because I know this is a hard now for y'all that don't know, that have not tuned into the show, or just like how did I get here? We've had Ice Cube on the show. Was it once or twice, Bran?
Twice.
I wasn't here when he came on, but I heard about Ice Cube coming on the show. So you have to think about, as a brand of the station, how much the brand had to think about this before he went live, because that might not happen anymore. Hopefully he will understand that we're just having our commentary, but you never know. Shit, look, hopefully we'll help him to think about what he's doing to his legacy, because as Brand said, Ice Cube has definitely done some really, really impactful things. It's really, really hard for me to hear the person that said fuck the police be like, yeah, let's trust the justice system. Dude, where can you go? Can you listen to your own records real quick? Because I'm confused on what occurred when you made that statement. But I'm hoping he'll snap out of it and be like, nah, what was I thinking? I ain't fucking with that nigga. That's what I'm hoping he'll do. If he doesn't, I feel sorry for you, because it's a wrap. Go ahead.
Amen to that. Miss Love, you got something you want to add on?
Well, for starters, you know how
absolutely, Shaquila.
So, I voted. I did. They did the mail ballot over here. So I did that.
Please listen to your own record, please. Ice Cube, listen to your own record, please.
And as far as Ice Cube, I'm so hurt. And right now, I can't depend on him to save me, damn it. I can't depend on nobody to save me. Yeah. But God, you know what I mean? And us saving ourselves at this present time and just standing. You know what I mean? Because that's all we have is us standing and doing the right thing. Black, white, brown, or otherwise. The only thing you can do is what's right. That's what you're supposed to do, is always what's right. No matter what it look like, just try to do what's right all the time. Even when don't nobody else want to do what's right. It's your job to do what's right.
Straight up. And I want to close by saying this. Like, I feel like it's a mixed bag when it comes to, do you want to be mad at Q? Do you want to help Q? Or do you want to just say fuck Q? I feel like we all have the opportunity to say it all. I'm mad at you, Q. I want to help you, Q. And fuck you, Cube, at the same time. For this reason, and this reason only. And Danaya said it best. I've had the honor and privilege of interviewing this man twice. I've had the honor and privilege of talking to him on occasion, even after those interviews. And I had the honor and privilege of, getting a few CD gifts and things like that or whatever. So my view on Q, based on not just what he's done for Next Legacy, but also what he has done for the hip hop community, the entertainment community. I mean, Q Vision. I mean, Fridays, all of them. Are we there yet? Etc. Like all those, except for Anaconda. I'm not feeling that one, but at any rate,
don't be hating on Anaconda.
So many different times of situations that I felt like Q was a champion. And as I said earlier, and I'll say it again, my level of respect for Q started not before he made all those movies and, all that stuff. When NWA was NWA, I said it and I'll say it again. He stood up for something that was not right in his heart because he did not want to work with the devil. And he said the devil at that particular time was Jerry Heller. Jerry Heller gave everybody shoddy deals with very little money, and he had an opportunity to take some money and just be a part of this group and sign the contract and just be happy. He chose the latter because his pride, I'm sure he couldn't look in his wife's face and his kids' face if he would have signed that Ruthless record contract. That's fact. He was proud of the fact that he left to go do his own And he thrived off that. And the followers that he had was based on the fact that, you know what, you left the power group NWA, the first really real hardcore heavy group to really spit in the eye of the police, and he went somewhere else. And he was the political cube. He was the all hands on deck cube. He was all in. This Ice Cube, I don't know. Because it seems like this Ice Cube is more focused on money than it is with dignity and respect, self-respect, and respect of our black and brown community. Wow, I appreciate you for your CWBA plan. I respect you for putting it together. I respect you for going ahead and lacing that out. But my man said earlier, what is it in that plan that we haven't even seen or requested 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 100 years ago? We've seen it all. We just haven't done it all. Every administration went down like that. Why is it different? I want to send a rest in peace to Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, everybody else that was affected by police brutality, all that shit. All that shit is spit on by President Trump and his administration, who does not give a shit about any of that. And Q want to work with these people? That's a problem. And if people out there don't understand where we're coming from, shame on you too. If you're not black or brown and you don't have a problem with the way, and you have a problem with the way things have transpired between the communication between Ice Cube and that, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But I can tell you this. Cube needs to look in the mirror deep down and find that in your heart, money is not the root all end all. It's not the end all be all. It's not everything. Would you sell your soul for $5 billion? That is the question. And if his answer is yes, then that's all you need to know. But I know this in my heart, and there's a lot of my brothers and sisters, black and brown, there's a lot of people that's in the minority, a lot of white people, white men, women, children, whatever, will probably feel the same way, because I know in my heart I wouldn't do it. The people on this line, I know they wouldn't do it because they said it. I know in my heart, if you're listening, I don't care how much money is on the table. I'm not coming to the table if all you care about is hating on black people and denouncing black people when it's time to end. When you want to fuck with the Ku Klux Klan and the white supremacists, that's when the line is drawn. Because to me, there's nothing other than I can't sit on the table. I can't sit at the table with you and break bread with you. Because to me, that would violate every single fiber of my being. And to me, that's just not fair to my black and brown people if we got to go that route. So, Q, you got a lot of thinking to do, and you got a lot of soul searching to do if that's really what it's all about. But until then, here we go. It's always that time. Let me take this call from the 254. It won't stop tonight. 254, you might just on next week. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear. Yep, loud and clear was good. Man, I think they fell out so, dog. Okay, tell me why. Why? Yep. Cause they ain't supposed to have did that. You talking about they going for Trump? Nah, it's deeper than that, bro. Like, Q is aligning himself with the Trump administration because he wants to put
This
out
is why listening is important. So you don't come on there and sound like a dumbass.
They call it the Platinum Plan, so black businesses can be able to thrive. They put a $500 billion plan on the table, and that's why they're connecting right now. And I feel like, in my opinion, and like I said, you got your own opinion, but my opinion is Q is selling out because he's going for the money instead of the reality that Trump's a fucking bigot. He's not for black people. He never wants to see black people. Even though Trump says, I've done so much for black people in the history of all the presidents or whatever the fuck he said. So Cube is wrong on that level because he's letting money dictate who he works with. And I read a couple of comments about what he said when it comes to him, aligning himself.
But seriously, like,
so we can be able to push the agenda. I'm not.
Okay, I understand y'all want to call in and things. Like, same thing with you. They want to just jump on panels. Like,
no, he
wrong.
Know what's going on before you just hit the link. Know what's going on before you call into the freaking radio show.
Yeah, I got you. And to be an artist in the music industry, like, he wrong though. You feel me? And not just him though. It ain't just him. There's a lot of other cats in the music industry that you'll be surprised and shocked at pushing that same agenda. You see, you'd be shocked, man.
But bro, nah, you know what? You're absolutely right, because I'm starting to figure it out. Like, everybody has to align themselves with what Ice Cube is saying. We start to see those people come out of the woodwork right now. Either they're lying or they're on that side with him. And they may be lying because they're trying to play both sides of the fence. They may be telling us something different than what they're telling Cube. You know what I mean? Because they want to stay in his good graces, and they may not want to burn that bridge later on in life when it comes to doing business with this guy. But you and I know what time it is.
What? Man, they can give a damn about Cube. They don't give a fuck about Cube. Cube need them for something that he's pushing. See. When your money is kind of like, for example, right? We're all in a different monopoly, right? Can I tell you a key secret, right? We're in a different monopoly, right? All right, right? Okay. See, we're in a different monopoly, all right? We're in a different tax bracket. You see, we're in a different tax bracket. We're in a different monopoly. So when your revenue and your assets,
Seriously, he's gonna say the same thing over and over and over again.
you need to affiliate with the person that's trying to keep your money there, right? Right. So if you feel like Biden is slipping somehow, you see what I'm saying, and gonna cut your revenue short and cut your assets short, you ain't finna go with Biden. So if Trump is setting up an agenda, an idea, you know what I'm saying? Right. Maybe he's sending up, you know what I'm saying, theology, you know what I'm saying, that he can keep our money. All right. I just do myself. Yeah, go ahead. All right. I'm in that tax bracket. And I got that revenue. So let's talk business. All right.
Y'all gotta hear this laugh. I'm confused.
That nigga wrong.
All right. I got you. Hey man, I appreciate you. I don't know where that was going, but I appreciate you. I had to hang up because
COVID pneumonia. What the fuck is COVID pneumonia? What the
it just seemed
hell is
like
that?
all of a sudden it's like I'm gonna have to come back with a show like this again because it just seemed like at this particular time right now.
Everybody wants to call in. Are you serious? They're hella lit. We're gonna have
to continue this at another time. Because every time I say goodbye, then 5 more lines pop up. And people just start chiming in, but nah, like, hey, can I keep it real with you?
He only scheduled his live for like an hour, so like we're out of time, literally out of time. That's what happened. That's what happened. He said he didn't know that this conversation was gonna go longer, and that's why we're out of time. For real. He didn't want to say that part. That's what happened.
It's not every day that I just won't have nothing to say. Like I had nothing to say when he was like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Yo, hey, what a great call to end the night, though."
Right, we so rich, child.
He was trying to get all out like, what type of house? Where he from?
Hey, That shit made me laugh though, but that was a great call to end the night. All the people out there that's listening, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Next Legacy, NEXXLEGACY, and I'll put another show up like this again. But I will be on the air on Sunday, 5 p.m. West Coast time, 7 Central, 8 on the East Coast.
Yes, and we have some amazing interviews coming up, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Woo, honey.
I appreciate all y'all.
Yes.
And Danaya, just make sure. Hey, are you in that tax bracket? I just want to know.
What? I don't know what tax bracket. That's what we were talking about. He said he got that money though. If he got that money, then he can do a sponsorship out. You can do a sponsorship though. If you got that money, you can do a sponsorship though, pa. You can do a sponsorship out. You can do that. We can do that. If we ain't talking about sponsorship, you're talking to me about nothing, papa.
Next Legacy signing out till Sunday.
All right, y'all.
Peace, y'all.
Have a good night. All right, you guys. Man, whoo, child. After that, I'm going to go ahead and end on this song, and I'm about to get on out of here because these people done blew me. Right, exactly, so.
Chicago, Windy City, Chi-Town, they're all my home. Then I think, what a pity, shot rappers, how you know. These streets are battlegrounds, marked for death, war zones, holiday massacres like in the days of Capone. Like Six and Stones, Game of Thrones. This isn't child's play, this isn't a TV show. This is real, shoot to kill with barrels made of chrome. Let cops get held from the steel to the dome. The young die restless, no chance of being grown. From the cradle to the grave, to their names on a stone. Lives cut short, many dreams never shown. Like birds without wings from a flock that's never flown. Some become numb, like a shot of methadone. If the pain isn't felt, till it's dealt to their flesh and bone. Those left behind, that's why we're broken homes. What do we do? Where do we go? Does anybody know? Where do we go?
Thank you, Shakira.
City of broad shoulders is the story of themes. Some of the tallest skyscrapers the world has ever seen. One of a kind skyline, something tourist magazines. But like Biggie once said, things ain't always what they seem. Like scattered glass and shattered dreams. Hood parks after dark and playgrounds with empty swings. Sound of happy children is replaced with people's dreams. Gunshots through busy blocks, just a mother murdered teen. No shock, it's 10 o'clock. The local news live at the scene. Guns cocked. Crooked cops, hands up, no one's free. Teardrops, flooded blocks, yellow tapes up the streets. White and blue, red stars, block cars, CPD. Questions asked, no one sees, no one hears, no one speaks. Why can't we see a lot more of the best that we can be? Like Jackie Robinson, West, Little League team. What do we do? Where do we go? Can anybody see? Where do we go? In just 1 year, all around the world, guns killed 86 people in Denmark, 138 in Sweden, 146 in Great Britain, 157 in Israel, 188 in Australia, 216 in Austria. In just 1 year, in the city of Chicago, 435 lives were lost to gun violence. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? We have the power.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. And all I can say is, yeah. I'll be back tomorrow. Probably just doing a networking show. Have you guys watch some more episodes of Music on 3 so you can check out what we're doing. And yeah, we'll do a review of Music on 3 because we actually taping for Music on 3 tomorrow. So, all right, you guys, thank you all. Shout out to my Charm Squad. Y'all came through. Truly appreciate all of you. So continue to express what makes you unique.